Josh Taylor shakes his head at facing Teofimo Lopez. He says he got beat up by Kambosos. Let's talk about it.
Push the weight and now flex. The live is 1 in the 6. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Man, I like Josh Taylor, man. He's a really, really good fighter. He's about that life. And so far, he's not a liar. So let's go to boxing scene. Link will be in the description. Josh Taylor shakes head at facing Teofimo Lopez. He got beat up by Kambosos. Wow. Josh Taylor has dismissed a future meeting with Teofimo Lopez following his upset loss to George Kambosos, who walked away with the IBF WBC franchise, WBA, WBO lightweight straps. Let me stop right there for a second. They put emphasis on WBC franchise. Let's continue. Lopez was keen to move up to 140 to face undisputed world champion Taylor, but was beaten by a split decision to Kambosos in New York City last month. Let's take a pause right there. Wasn't the full 130. It wasn't the full 130. It was 137, 138 or something. But we all know the play. I keep telling y'all I had good information that Teo Sr. told the retired fighter that the whole play was after he beat Kambosos, he was going to go up to fight Josh Taylor anyway, which means he was never going to fight Devin Haney. You see why we had a problem with how he was moving? You see? Let's continue. Lopez, there was never going to be an undisputed fight. So rather than the people that do support Teofimo, that support that behavior, y'all are what's wrong with the sport. Rather than undisputed happening, y'all will be okay with him dumping the titles and going up and just saying, hey, man, he was undisputed anyway. When he wasn't, you know he wasn't. Thank you, Mauricio Suleiman, for confusing people. But it's okay when you have a fighter that has a fan base that co-signs this stupid behavior, because it's stupid. Lopez trainer and father Teofimo Lopez Sr. said post-fight that the aim remained Taylor after having a fight at 140 pounds first. This is written funny. Y'all can read it for yourself. That the aim remained Taylor after, all right, whatever, man. So Devin Haney's nowhere in this article. Well, I haven't read it yet, but the play was to go up to Josh Taylor in the first. Come on, man. He never planned on fighting Devin. So when Devin's running up on him, this is why. Where you going? I got this. The guy that you beat gave it to me because he'd rather fight you than fight me because he thought you was lighter work. So fight me for this. Oh, I don't need to because Mauricio said I can have this and it's just as good. And it's not. You put Vasily Lomachenko on his pedestal. Fine, I ain't said a man can't fight. I just say, yo, prove it. All of these guys who say, yo, these guys are great, they got to prove it. Prove it. Beat Devin Haney. He's right there. Both of you were undefeated. Why not? Okay. Look where it got you. And now, to get back in the good graces of the sport, like I said, you might have to fight Lomachenko again. If you're not going up to 140 to fight Josh Taylor, what you doing up there? There's a whole lot of smoke up there. We're going up to 140 to get a fight in February and then fight Josh Taylor, Lopez Sr. told Seconds Out. This doesn't change anything. Really? However, Taylor has rubbished the comments ahead of the clash with mandatory challenger Jack Cottrell on February 26th in Glasgow. Nonsense, Taylor told pro boxing fans in response to the comments. He can come up to 140, but he's not fighting with me. He got beat up by George Kambosos. So what right does he have to come up and challenge me? Don't call me a hater. Direct your attention to the undisputed champion at 140. Don't talk to me. Josh Taylor just said it. Now go spam his streams if he does lives or his Instagram, or call him out on Twitter. Bring the smoke to Josh Taylor. I'll read it again. He could come up to 140, but he's not getting a fight with me. He got beat up by George Kambosos. So what right does he have to come up to challenge me? Never mind what Drew Titan said. Bring that smoke to George Kambosos. This is a direct quote from him. He's not got anything to offer on the table at 140, so what's the point? Plus, I'd beat him up anyway. Give him a good beating. I said Josh Taylor beats the dog crap out of Teofimo Lopez. I would have said prove me wrong if Teo was undisputed. Because if you become undisputed, there's nowhere to go but up. You don't go backwards, you go forwards. Go up. And then I'd say, okay, undisputed versus undisputed, this makes sense. But all this ducking and dodging and you playing chess on a checkerboard with checker pieces. Nothing you did made sense. We saw through the play. You didn't even try and hide it, man. You was never going to fight Devin Haney. Josh Taylor, this man is undisputed. For real. For real. Bud Crawford was undisputed for real. Canelo Alvarez is undisputed for real. Teofimo, nah. But time reveals all truth. The fakers got weeded out. You were faking. You got in the ring, and now because of you, now George Kambosos is a major player. We got to know him now. Thank you, Tio. And shout out to George Kambosos, because what he did was what needed to be done. And what needed to happen was he needed to become unified champion by beating Teofimo Lopez, because it was for the greater good of boxing. Thank you very much. Hey, this is Josh Taylor saying this. He's got nothing to offer at 140, so what's the point? Plus, I'd whoop his ass anyway. He didn't say whoop his ass. It's the article. Link will be in the description now. The 30-year-old won the undisputed title in May, knocking down Jose Ramirez twice en route to a unanimous decision win in Las Vegas. The Tartan Tornado has also been linked with the showdown with Gervonta Davis, who won the WBA regular super lightweight title against Mario Barrios in June. Tank defended his WBA regular lightweight title with unanimous decision win victory over Isaac Cruz on Sunday. And Taylor believes he would make easy work of the 27-year-old, but doubts that fight will ever happen. That's a whole other conversation, but he said it. Asked if he thought they would ever fight they would ever fight Taylor, added, if there's enough zeros on one paycheck, then of course. I think it's an easy fight for myself and a good payday. I think it's a great fight and an easy win for me, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think his management are going to put him in with any real threats of opponents who are beating him anyway, so forget about it. You saw about Tank, I believe. Yeah, you saw about Tank. That's the article. Here's my opinion. Josh Taylor, y'all know I fucks with Josh Taylor heavy. The man's undisputed. Okay? While guys like Lomachenko ducked and messed up undisputed for himself, while Teofimo Lopez ducked and goofed up undisputed for himself, you got guys like Josh Taylor getting it done. You got guys like Bud Crawford getting it done. You got guys like Devin Haney trying to get it done. Trying to get it done. Facts. Fiction. Teofimo, that was all fiction, my man. And time reveals all truth, and the lie's nothing but the long way to the truth. So salute to Josh Taylor. I'm riding with him on this. Bronx on deck. Move!